Welcome back, everybody. So, in this episode, I will discuss the permit application for Hernando County, Florida, getting the land prep for rough plumbing, underground conduit, and the start of the foundation. So, these are the permit application requirements and some of the pages I had to fill in before submitting. This was a very, very difficult process. It took months to complete. Some parts of the permit were easy, like signing my life away, and some was difficult, like finding subcontractors in a new city. The building department wasn't as much help either, and I was left to figure it out. But I never gave up and eventually finished. And by finishing, I finally got my permit, which was my biggest accomplishment so far. And you can see I have a total of 21 inspections. I got this. In the previous episode, I hired tree service that removed the trees, and I discussed with them to remove the stumps because this is a new construction. But later on, I realized it didn't happen, and I was so frustrated because you trust who you hire, and this is one of my beginning setbacks. But thankfully, I had family to help me out, and I rented the stump grinder at Home Depot and saved quite a bit of money. I knew I needed surveillance on my property to accommodate me living far away, and the surveillance that doesn't need power because I do not have power on site yet. So I came across the brand Eufy and really like the fact that it doesn't need Wi-Fi and uses solar for power. And so far it is amazing, and you will see some footage in this episode that looks pretty great. I highly recommend. Doesn't it look wonderful? It's high enough for the drainage purposes, and it's definitely going to pass inspection. I also am having a compaction test, which will be for the density of the house pad, which is super crucial. And this is for the foundation, the plumbing, the electrical, and the density has to be at least 95%. This is the foundation plan. It shows how the slab will be built, including things like rebar requirements, and it also lays out the rooms, doors, and other important structural details. So today we got the boards up. Yay!
A few minutes later.
This is the laundry area that will have a sink and, of course, the washer and dryer. Right here is the second bathroom, which is super simple and will have the shower tub combination and the toilet and sink. And then this is now we are in the kitchen. The sink is in the back, and right here are the two conduits for the island and oven. And then now my dream master bathroom that has a separate toilet area. Then the shower and tub are also separate, which I love. Also have a double sink. The tall PVC is for the septic connection. And finally, this is the main water line that will eventually be connected to the well. So the rough plumbing and the underground conduit inspection passed, and the foundation contractor came back and started to get the house pad prepped for the termite treatment that is required in Florida, also to lay the rebar and the visqueen for the next inspection. So tune in next episode, which will be a huge step in the building process with finally getting the foundation poured. See you next time.